governors of all the county governments that made it to increase their own source revenue. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is indeed the high time that we came up with innovative means and mechanism of raising our own source revenue. But Mr. Speaker, I would want also to challenge ourselves as senators. It is the high time that we start defining the empowerment programs that are being undertaken by various county governments. Mr. Speaker, sir, lack of this definition has seen all manners of empowerment programs being employed, and it leaves a lot of questions as to what should be an empowerment program. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know that for devolution to work, people at the mashinani level, at the grassroots, must feel that there is money that has been devolved, services that have been devolved, but most important, Mr. Speaker, they want to see sustainable development that will change their lives. That begs the question, Mr. Speaker. If we fail to define two things, one, what is empowerment? Two, what is public participation? We've seen in various county governments, Mr. Speaker, without wanting to name any, where public participation is held, a few members of public comes, and it is deemed to be public participation, where they make a decision, and this very same decision, Mr. Speaker, is contested in a court of law, and it is thrown out. Mr. Speaker, sir, maybe it is the high time as senators we came up with a formula of defining what is the spirit of public participation. What did our Constitution intend to achieve by saying that there must be a public participation? We must look at the composition. Who must attend, Mr. Speaker, sir? Is it enough to have 10 people attend a public participation where a decision is ought to be made that is going to affect hundreds of thousands of people? And if these 10 people come, Mr. Speaker, what is the composition of these 10 people? We must look at that, Mr. Speaker, sir. As we go ahead and beg a leave from the likes of Senator Professor Tom Ojende, who understands the spirit of the Constitution of this country and who understands the law, we must come up with a formula so that the counties that are not endowed with highly illiterate minds do not suffer at the hands of selfish governors who would go and spin the law so that they can force laws on public laws and judgments to be made by the public, only for the public to realize later that they end up harming themselves. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Wamatinga, do you wish to be informed?
Well, I'll let her inform me in private because I think she'll take a little bit long. So that is okay, but that one will happen in private.
In other words, you've denied. Proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I know that it is very important to tap on the resources and the knowledge of my fellow colleagues, but it is also equally very important to choose where you want to tap on that knowledge. I'll go and approach her after this, Mr. Speaker. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I think if we want to see the advancement of the devolution in our counties, it is important that we look at the things that our people complain of. I do recall, Mr. Speaker, when we had an impeachment debate in this House, the word empowerment fell several times. I heard from both sides of the people who are prosecuting their cases here try to say this is empowerment, this threshold does not meet empowerment. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I think as diverse as this country is, as diverse as our counties are, it would be good to come up with a threshold where we say is giving a cup, is giving a spoon, is giving a knife empowerment. Mr. Speaker, sir, I've seen some counties do all manners of things in terms of empowerment. The question that I would want us to discuss as senators is how can we define this threshold to ensure that Kenyans are not taken for a ride. Mr. Speaker, sir, I support the statement.